should and ought to. Whenever we want to say that it is good to be, or it is good to do something, we can use either should or ought to. It is good if you are a bit more patient, or it is better if you are a bit more patient. It is advisable if you are patient. So you can make that idea simply by using should. You should be patient. When you say you are patient, you can wait things to happen for you. You are patient. If you are impatient, you can't wait things to happen for you. You want things to happen very quickly for you. But anyway, when you say that you are patient, I talk about your present situation. You are patient. Grammatically, it is simple present. By using simple present, I talk about your general aspect of your personality or personality traits. But when I say in place of are, if I use should be, I mean that it is better, it is good, it is advisable. That is the meaning or idea that we can have by using should be. You should be patient. When I say that you should be patient, I mean that it is better, it is good, it is advisable if you can be patient. Instead of should, you can use even ought to in the same meaning. You ought to be patient. So it is good if you are a scientist. It's better if you are a scientist. It's okay if you are a scientist. You should be a scientist. You are a scientist, I can, by using simple present, I can say that you are a scientist. But actually you are not a scientist. But I see a lot of qualities related to a scientist. I see a lot of such qualities in you. Then I would say you should be a scientist, or you ought to be a scientist. So if I say that you should be a scientist, I mean that it is good, it is better, it's okay if you are a scientist, because you have a lot of qualities of a scientist. Knowledge and the competency. That means you possess similar qualities, similar attributes, similar competency of a scientist. You should be a teacher. Now, if I think that you are okay to be a teacher, you are good, you are better, you are okay to be a teacher, you have good personality.
I can't hear properly.
Sorry? Isn't it clear there?
I think there is some signal problem to him.
Signal problem?
We can hear clearly, sir.
All right. So anyway, Tero, you can question regarding the example sentences that you can see on the screen. Right? When I say that you should be a teacher or you ought to be a teacher, I mean it is good, it is better, it's okay if you are a teacher because you have all the qualities to be a teacher, or you possess the competency, the personality traits to become a teacher. So I would say you should be a teacher. I think you should be a teacher. Teaching profession is better for you. The profession of teaching is more suitable for you. සන්නහස මේ සුද්දගේ අපි පටල ගන්න තේරුම තමයි මේ යුතුයි කියලා එක. කොයිම වෙලාවකත් සුද්දගේ යුතුයි කියලා අදහසක් නැහැ. සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ ඔය ගුරුවරයෙක් වෙනවා නම් තමයි හොඳ. ඔය ගුරුවරයෙක් නම් හරි. ඇත්තටම ඔය ගුරුවරයෙක්ට තමයි ගැලපෙන්නේ. ඒක තමයි වට හොඳ. ඒක තමයි හරි. ඒක තමයි හොඳ. ඒක තමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි මේ okay. That is the idea that we can just have simply by using should or ought to. You should be ready now. Now you just imagine that you ask someone to come at now it is 8:42. Just imagine that you ask somebody to come here or somebody to visit you by 9 o'clock so that you can go somewhere with the person. And I know that, then I would say you ask those people to come, you ask that individual to come by 9. So you should be ready now. Otherwise, you may be late. Otherwise, you might be late. You ought to be ready now. If I say you should be ready now, or you ought to be ready now, I mean it is good, it is better, it's advisable. You are ready now. Should. And again, then should again කියන්නේ වෙන එක හොඳ නම්.
Sir.
Yes.
Advisable, can you explain a little bit more?
නුවණට උරුයි කියන එක.
Yeah.
It is advisable. නුවණට උරුයි කියන්නේ that mean. So
So is there some differences? Have to, has to?
Yeah, actually they are quite different. Right? Have to, has to. Have to, has to. So they have better that likewise, right? Rather than teaching what I want, you have to raise the difficulties that you confront in the language, so that we can discuss and tide over the difficulties that you confront. Has to have to. We basically use has to have. Now you see that you can say that I have to go to a spirit chanting. I have to go to a spirit chanting. That means you have to do it. You have to attend to that. You can say, because there is something that you are talking about your obligation, duty that you have to perform. There, of course, you can use has to have. And the other thing, right, you know that now, I would say that if you want to ride a bike, you have to wear a helmet. You have to wear a helmet. If you
Understood.
want to drive a car, you have to get a license. I cannot say you must get a license, because it is not a rule by me. It is not an order by me. So when I convey the order by government or anybody else, I tend to use has to or have. If you want to drive a car, you have to get a license. You have to get a license. I cannot say you must get a license, because it is not an order by me. It's not a rule by me. It's an order or a rule by the government. So when I express a sort of order by somebody else or rule by somebody else, I can use either has to have. Or you can use has to have to whenever you want to say that there is necessity for you to attend to a particular thing. Those are the two places where we generally tend to use either has to or have to. So, you know that now for a student in my class, I would say you must do the homework. You must do the homework. I can emphasize. I can order because he is my student. But I cannot say you must get a driving license. You must wear a helmet. I don't use must there because it is not an order or a rule by me. It is something different. It is not relevant here. I just give those examples as you raise the question related to those two terms. You shouldn't be late. You shouldn't be late. It is not good. It is not better. It is not advisable if you are late. You ought not to be late. Should be එකෙන් කරන එක හොඳයි නම් shouldn't දැම්මොත් එහෙම කරන එක හොඳ නැහැ. Actually, now you know that we use should whenever we want to share or present an idea in form of a suggestion. Right, next one, and you shouldn't be rude to the children. You shouldn't be rude to the children. You ought not to be rude to the children.
Yes.
Means it is not good. Sumanatana, could you please mute the mic? It is noisy here. Sumanaratana Thero. Gane Mudde. We get stray noises here. We get stray noises here. We get surrounding noises here. Could you please mute the mic? If you won't ask anything, you can unmute. You can interrupt me at any time. I'm continuing the lesson as you all don't raise any questions. Yes. iPhone. Any question? You shouldn't be rude to the children. And we can use even ordinary verb. But anyway, if you are going to use any verb after should, it must be in the base form. The verb that comes immediately after should must be in the base form. Now you see that now you want to improve your English. You want to improve your conversational English, spoken English, communicative language. And you attend for a class. So I would say that you should speak English at class. You ought to speak English at class. If you want to improve your communicative or conversational or spoken English, you should speak English at class. Because we don't get a lot of opportunity, or we don't get a lot of places where we can use the language. Therefore, therefore you should speak English even at class. There can be mistakes, it's okay. mistakes are actually accepted, admitted, as long as you make sort of effort to converse in English. It is good if you speak English, it's better, it's fine, it's okay if you speak English. You can make the idea shown in green can be expressed simply by using should. You should speak English at class. You ought to speak English at class.
Excuse me, sir. No, yeah, at the moment you have mentioned there, you should speak English at the class. We can say we should speak in the class. It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. You can say, you should speak English in the class or at class. At class means while learning. At class means not in the premises. Right? You have to speak English while you are engaged in the process of learning. But when you say you should speak English in the class, you mean that you have to speak English as far as you are in the classroom itself. Slight difference either can be used, both are equally correct. You can say either at class or in the class. It is good if you, that means you should invite them to the party. You see that now you have very close friends or very supportive relatives. Right? They are there to help you all the time. And you are going to have a party. Then we are discussing whom we should invite. Then I would say we should invite them to the party. We ought to invite them to the party because they are there to help us all the time. When I say that we should invite them to the party, I mean that it is good, it is better, it is fine, it's okay if we invite them to the party. They are very supportive, they are very helpful, they are there to help us all the time. So we maintain very close intimacy, relationship between them. And you should advise them. You should advise them. Actually, you present or you come up some sort of idea in form of a suggestion. When you say that you should advise them, you mean you make sort of suggestion there. Right? You are not emphasizing. It is good, it is better, it is fine, it's okay if you advise them. You should advise them, you ought to advise them. So, negative word, if you go for negative, of course, you can express the same thing in negative. It isn't good, it isn't better, it is not advisable if you smoke. So you can make that idea simply by turning to using should. You shouldn't smoke. You ought not to smoke. Because it is not good for your health, not good for your economy, and family bondages. You shouldn't break rest. It isn't good, it isn't better, it is not advisable if you break rest. So you can make that idea simply by using shouldn't. You shouldn't break rest. You ought not to break rest. You will be sick soon. You will get sick soon. So we can go for a summary like this. They are there, present, now they are there, they were there, they will be there, they may be there. They should be there, they should have been there yesterday. They are there. They were there, hitiya. They will be there in the evening. They may be there, සමහර විට නැත්තම් පෙලක් කලාවට නැත්තම් භාගදා දෙගිඩියාවෙන් අපි අදහසක් කියනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ සමහර විට එතන ඉන්න පුළුවන් ඉඳීවි. They should be there now. ඒගොල්ලෝ එතන දැන් ඉන්නව නම් හොඳයි. Present. එතන present. They should be there tomorrow, future. ඒගොල්ලෝ හෙට එතන ඉන්නවනම් හොඳයි. So you can understand that should can be used for both present and future. They should have been there yesterday. If you use should have plus past participle, then you can talk about something related to past. It would have been good if they were there. When you say they should have been there yesterday, you mean it would have been good, it would have been better if they were there yesterday. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඊයේ එතන හිටියනම් හොඳයි. ඒතකොට present එකයි future එකයි should be එකෙන් ගියා should have දාලා be එක තුන්වෙනි රූපෙන් දාලා ගත්තා අතීතෙට. So you can simply understand the pattern here according to different tenses. So you can understand how we come to the function and the usage of should accordingly. Simply by look at these very simple examples. Most of the time, just to make things clear, I take very simple examples. I don't take very long and juicy sentences. They are ready on Sudanam. They were ready, Sudanam was Sitia. They will be ready, Sudanam indeed. They may be ready, Bhagadan. Samahara Vito on Sudanam indeed. It is possible that they are ready. Make up it on a Memagiana Pulo. Maybe they are ready. Maybe they are ready. එතකොට maybe කියන එක වචනයක්. Maybe කියන එක එතකොට එක වචනයක්. Maybe කියන්නේ perhaps කියන එක. Maybe කියන්නේ sometimes කියන එක එතකොට මේ දෙක එකට ලියුවා. මෙතන maybe කියන්නේ grammar be verb එක දෙගිඩියාවේ be verb එක. am means ආවල දෙගිඩියාවේ රූපේ. Maybe දෙක වෙනම ලියුවා. මේ විදිහට වාක්‍යයක් ඉස්සරහා මෙහෙම ලියුවොත් සමානයි sometimes they are ready, perhaps they are ready, maybe they are ready. එතකොට දෙගිඩියාව අපිට විය හැකි භාවය මේ විදිහට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. So when you just look at these examples, you can understand that there are different ways of making the same idea. That's why English becomes so easy. By hook or crook, you can make the idea and convince the other person as you require. They should be ready. Own ready wa innavana hondai. They should have been ready yesterday at that time. ඒ වෙලාවේ ඒගොල්ලෝ ready වෙලා හිටියා නම් හොඳයි. ඒතර should have plus past participle. By using should have plus past participle, you can say that it would have been better, it would have been good if they were ready. So please question me. You can interrupt me. Otherwise, it may be boring.
Just mother, can we say they might be ready?
Yeah, instead of maybe, instead of maybe, or in place of maybe, in lieu of maybe, we can use might be in the same sense. In place of maybe, we can use might be. Instead of maybe, we can use might be. In lieu of maybe, we can use might be. हम एकम दे repeat करन यार इतने vocabulary एक अपुए. දැන් අපි වෙන ordinary verb එකකට ගියොත් be verb එකකින් අයින් වෙලා දැන් do කියන වගේ ordinary verb එකකට ගියොත් when we are going to use sort of ordinary verb, you can see they will do the exam. කරાવી විභාගේ. They may do the exam. භාගදා නැත්නම් සමහර විට යාලා විභාගය කරයි. We are not sure, but we think so. They may do the exam. They should do the exam this time. යාලා මේ පාර විභාගය කරනවා නම් හොඳයි. So you can use should plus base form to cover the present. Again, you can use should for covering the future. අනාගතය ආවරණය කරන්නත් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. should have දාලා ක්‍රියාව තුන්වෙනි රූපෙට දානවා අතීතයෙන් යමක් කරා නම් හොඳයි කියන්නේ. කරලා තිබුණා නම් හොඳයි. They should have done the exam last year. ගිය අවුරුද්දේ ඒගොල්ලෝ exam එක කරලා තිබ්බා නම් හොඳයි. මේ should එකේ must කිය යුතුයි කියලා අදහසක් නැහැ. කොහෙවත් එහෙම එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ. ඒතකොට එහෙම ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා නේද? ඒතකොට අපි ඒකේ වැරදි තැනකින් ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. They will go there යාවි, they may go there සමහර විට යයි, they should go there යනවා නම් හොඳයි ඒගොල්ලන්. They should have gone there yesterday. ඒගොල්ලෝ සමහරට ඊයේ යන්න ඇති. You should do it. Passive voice වලට යන්න පුළුවන්. You should do it. You is the subject. Should do is the verb. It is the object. When transforming the idea into passive, when putting the idea into passive, the object is taken to the beginning. Immediately after the object, we have to use the relevant be form, should be. And thereafter, the ordinary verb has to be used in the past participle form. That is how we turn active voice sentences into passive. First, we have to take the object, then the relevant be verb. The ordinary verb is used in the past participle form. That is the pattern or the structure or the format of passive. So we can use the passive of should. So again, we should understand where we can use passive. We basically tend to use passive if we are not aware of the subject or mentioning the subject is not important to us. You know that sometimes it is not important to mention the subject. There we tend to use passive. Sometimes we are not aware of the subject. Even there we tend to use passive. That is where we generally tend to use passive. You should have done it. It should have been done. ඒක කරන්නයි තිබ්බේ අතීතේ. ඊට පස්සේ මේක කෙරෙමින් පවතින කාලයට යන්න පුළුවන්. He is studying in the room. When you say by using present continuous. When you say that he is studying in the room, you mean that he has started the action of study, but he hasn't stopped studying yet. He is still in the middle of the action. So whenever you want to say that somebody is in the middle of an action, you generally use the present continuous tense. So here the first example is the present continuous. He is studying in the room. එයා කාමරේ පාඩම් කර කර ඉන්නවා. දැන් ඒකේ should එකට ගියොත් he should be. is එක වෙනුවට should be then. is එක should be කරා ක්‍රියාව ing. He should be studying in the room. ඔහු කාමරේට වෙලා පාඩම් කර කර ඉන්නවා නම් හොඳයි. He should be studying in the room. Because his exam is round the corner. His exam is nearby. ඉන්නේ විභාගෙ ළඟයි. කාමරේට වෙලා පාඩම් කර කර ඉන්න එක තමයි හොඳ. කරමින් ඉන්න එක හොඳයි කියන්න should be දාලා ක්‍රියාව ing දාන්න. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ආවනම් වැඩ කර කර ඉන්න කරන එක තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. You should be working. You shouldn't be just idling and talking. නිකන් කතා කර කර නිකන් ඉන්නේ නෙමෙයි. ඒක කරන එක හොඳ නෑ. You should not be idling and talking. You should be working. එතකොට දැන් you were studying at home. ඔයා ගෙදර පාඩම් කර කර හිටියා. Past continuous. You know, you can remember because we have already discussed the past continuous tense and when doing the past continuous, I actually told you that we just use the past continuous tense to say that somebody was in the middle of an action. That is where we generally use past continuous. Now, as it was raining whole day. As it was raining the whole day. Yesterday, you should have been studying at home. What? පාඩම් කර කර ඉන්න. You should have been studying at home. They are working, they should be working. කරමින් ඉන්නවනම් හොඳයි. They should have been working. වැඩ කර කර හිටියා නම් තමයි හොඳයි. එතකොට you should have attended the funeral. පාට ඊ funeral එකට යන්නනේ තිබ්බේ. ඒ කියන්නේ it would have been good. It would have been better if you attended the funeral. You should have invited Nimal to the party last week. Again, it would have been good if you invited him. Plus, මෙතන අපි තව තැනකට එනවා. I think. Right. Sometimes we use I think plus should part. When using I think plus should part, you can't have any changes in the should sentence or the should part. All the changes happen within the phrase of I think, not in the should sentence, should part. When using I think plus should sentences, going for negatives, making interrogatives, every change happens within the phrase of I think, not in the future part. Right now, you just imagine that you are at a shop and you are trying on a t-shirt and you ask your friend, do you think I should buy this? So, you seek some sort of advice from your friend. So, you can come up with your opinion by using I think plus should part. You be expressive with sort of personal opinion. I think the government should bring down the prices of essential items. It's your opinion. The cost of living is rocketing. The cost of living is high rising. The cost of living is going up rapidly. So I think the government should bring down the prices of essential items in order to mitigate the escalation of prices. And I don't think you should go there. It's your opinion. It's your, maybe your suggestion. I don't think you should go there. I don't think you should buy it. I don't think you should invite them. I don't think you should go there at night. I don't think you should keep close company with that bugger, that fellow. So you can seek advice from other party. You can seek advice. You can request advice from another individual. Do you think I should talk to them? Do you think I should go there? Do you think I should invite them? Do you think we should have a party? Do you think that we should have an alms giving? Do you think that we should have spirit chanting ceremony? Yes, I think you should. No, I don't think you should. You can positively respond. You can either positively or negatively respond. Yes, I think you should. Or you can say, no, I don't think you should. You see that all the time, you don't make the should part negative or interrogative. You make negative or interrogative. The phrase of I think, not the should sentence, not the should part. I don't think you should resign or quit the job at this juncture. මේ මොහොතේ මේ වෙලාවේ ජොබ් එකකින් අස්සන එක මම හිතන්නේ හොඳයි කියලා. I think you should find another job. I don't think you should do it. Do you think I should do it? Don't you think I should do it? Do you think I should buy this? What do you think I should do? වාගෙන මම මොකක් කරොත් හොඳයි කියලා. What do you think I should do? ඔයා හිතන්නේ අපි ට්‍රිප් එකට කොහෙ ගියොත් හොඳයි කියලාද? Where do you think that we should go? Where do you think that we should go? Why invite karottu? Who do you think that we should invite to? Who do you think that we should invite to? Yes, there you can question me. We can discuss if you have anything. And should can be used even in the sense of if. Should he phone? Tell him that I'll call him back. Yeah, phone karot. Kiyan man call karannan kiyan. There should එක if අර්ථයෙන් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. If he phones, tell him that I would call him. Tell him that I would call him. Tell him that I'll call. Should you buy a phone? Phone එකක් ගන්නව නම් should you go there? Hey යනවා නම් ඒ වගේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි to කියන එකයි so කියන එකයිත් මේ tense එකේ මේ should එකත් එක්ක යෙදෙනවා. Right? You see that? You drive too fast. You shouldn't drive so fast. සෑහෙන වේගෙන් එළවනවා. වා ඉච්චර වේගෙන් එළවන එක හොඳ නැහැ. You eat too much fatty food. You shouldn't eat so much. ගොඩක් තෙල් කෑම කනවා එච්චර හොඳ නැහැ. So now there are lot of nowadays non-communicable diseases are a menace. Very bad issue in society nowadays. Bonoina lederoga me fatty liver, diabetes, cholesterol. They are non-communicable diseases. Now they have become real menace in the health sector today. You work too hard, you shouldn't work so hard. You watch TV too much, you shouldn't watch TV so much. You smoke too much, you are a chain smoker. You light one after another. Chain smoker. Now we are going to compare must and should. Now, Tera, you just imagine that we are talking about two students. One is Nimal, the other is Saman. Now, both of these students sat for the O level and their results are released. Nimal has got, there are 9 subjects for the O level. Nimal has got 9 simple passes, 9 S passes. That means for all the subjects, he has got simple passes. And Saman has got 3 credits. And for other subjects, of course, he has got only simple passes. He has got 3 credits for the necessary subjects where he has to take credits. එයාට අනිවාර්යෙන් ක්‍රෙඩිට් ගන්න ඕනේ වල ක්‍රෙඩිට් තුන තියෙනවා. අනිත් ඒවාට ඔක්කොම සිම්පල් තියෙනවා. Now who has passed the exam? Nimal or Saman? What's your answer? Who has passed the exam? Nimal or Saman? Nimal has got 9 simple passes. Saman has got 3 credits and 6 simple passes. If I ask you who has passed, what would be your answer?
Both students passed the examination, but Nimal has got 9 passes, but he cannot sit for the A-level exam. I suppose that Saman has got 6 simple passes and 3 credits. He can sit for the A-level exam, I think that both students pass.
Yes. Yes, Dhammasiri Theru, you are correct. Now, both of them have passed the exam. But according to the prevailing schooling system of our country, Nimal cannot go to the A-level class. But someone can, because he has got credits for maths, Sinhala and other required subjects. Right now we are talking about these individuals. So we advise Nimal. Nimal must do the exam again. If Nimal is really interested in doing the A-level, Nimal must do the exam again. Nimal අනිවාර්යෙන් නැවත විභාගේ O level කළ යුතුයි. යාට O level කළ යුතුයි. යාට A level කරන්න උවමනාට. Nimal doesn't have any other alternative other than doing the exam again if he is really interested in doing the A level, because he is not allowed to go to the A level classes having results of this type, simple passes for all the subjects. Someone should do the exam again. Now, actually, someone can go to the A-level class and sometimes he can do art. So, most probably he can follow art subjects having these results, 3 credits and 6 simple passes. But we advise him, or we make some sort of idea. We make some sort of idea in form of a suggestion. Someone should do the exam again. So because it is better if he does the exam again. It is better if he retakes the exam. It is advisable if he resits for the exam. It is okay if he retake the exam, resit for the exam, redo the exam. Then he can go for better results. එතකොට අතන නිමල්ට කිව්වේ අනිවාර්යෙන් නිමල් එයා විභාග කරන්න ඕනේ. එයා කතා දෙක නැහැ. සමන් should do. සමනුත් කරනවා නම් හොඳයි. මියට හොඳ රිසල්ට් එකකට යන්න පුළුවන්. So I think when you just look at these two examples, you can understand the significance or the difference between must and should. We use must to emphasize, and we use should to present sort of idea in form of a suggestion, advice. We take another example. It's a good film. You should see it. On the film, it's a fantastic film. It's an excellent film. You must see it. කරම් පට්ට චිත්‍රපටයක් මරු චිත්‍රපටය එල්ල කිරි. නමුත් ඒක බලන්න ඕනේ කියලා අපි යාළුවෝ කියනවා. ඒක හොඳ ෆිල්ම් එකක් බලනවා නම් හොඳයි. It's a good film. You should see it. It's an excellent, fantastic, superb, magnificent film. You must see it. කරම් මරු චිත්‍රපටයයි තමුසේ බලන්න ඕනේ. There we emphasize. So you can understand that the difference between must and should here. හැබැයි සාමාන්‍යස මස්ට් එකෙත් හැම වෙලාවෙම යුතුයි කියලා අදහසක් මස්ට් එකෙත් නැහැ. ඔන්න අපි වරද්දගත්ත තැන. සමහරව හිතනවා මේ මස්ට් කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යෙන් දාන්නේ යුතුයීමයි අනිවාර්ය කරන්න කියලා. නෑ එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. Now you just imagine that I want to meet one of my friends. Right? I want to meet one of my friends and I visit the place. Right? By the time I reach the house of my friend, I see the gate is closed, the doors, windows, everything is closed. I rang the doorbell, but I don't get any sort of responses from that side. Then I would say, they must have gone somewhere. They must have gone somewhere. So මේ අනිවාර්ය යුතුයි කතාවක් හිතන නෑ. එහෙනම් තේරුම් ගන්න. අනහස මෙතන must එක use කරන්නේ අපිට ඇත්ත කියලා හැඟෙන දේ කියන්නේ. right? We use must to say what we feel sure to be correct. What we feel sure to be correct. What we think to be correct. අපිට ඇත්තයි කියලා සිතන හැඟෙන දේ කියන්න must එක use කරනවා. එතන යුතුයි කතාවක් නැහැ. Take another example. Somebody visits my place. Right? He comes from quite far away place. Then I would say, oh, you must be thirsty. Wait, I'll bring something to drink. Water තිබහ ඇතිනේ ඉන්නවා මොන හරි ගේන්න. You must be thirsty. යාට thirsty නැතුව ඇති. But that is what I feel sure to be correct. That is what I think to be right or correct. What මහන්සි ඇතිනේ නේ rest එකක් ගන්න. You must be tired. You should have a rest. බලන්න you must be tired. ඔයාට මහන්සි ඇතිනේ. You should have a rest. ඔයා rest එකක් ගන්නවා නම් හොඳයි. අන්න එතන should එකයි must එකයි වෙනස බලන්න. ඒ නිසා කිසිම අවස්ථාවක මේ වැරදි විදිහට අරක මෙහෙමයි මේක මෙහෙමයි කියලා මේ සාම්ප්‍රදායික වැරදි ටියුෂන් වලින් දෙන ඉම්ප්‍රෙෂන් එක ගන්න හොඳ නැහැ. එතකොට අපි භාෂාවේ අර ස්වාභාවික තැන් අපිට අහුවෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මෙතන actually you should understand the correct function of these models. මේවා නිවැරදි භාවිතය අල්ලගන්න. If you are annoyed with him, you should tell him. You should take the bus. It's easiest way to get there. Should I apologize to him? Yes, I think you should. You should be ashamed of yourself. The computer isn't working as it should. I shall see a doctor. He said that I should see a doctor. So somebody says that I shall see a doctor. But if you are going to report that what he said, then you have to report using should. He said that I should see a doctor. Yes, I think that is what we should generally have to understand. You should always check your oil, water and tires before taking your car on a long trip. Who should I make out this check to? මම මේ check එක කාගේ නමටද ලියන්න අවශ්‍යයි. Under no circumstances should you approach the man. මොනම හේතුවක් නිසාවත් මිනිහට නම් ගාවට නම් යන්න එපා. මෙතන මේ අනිත් ප්‍රේස් එකෙන් තමයි ඔයා අනේක හොඳ නැහැ කියන එක කියනවා. ඒකට අවධාරණය කරනවා. අර අනිත් ප්‍රේස් එකෙන් should එකෙන් නෙමෙයි අවධාරණය උනේ. If anyone should ask for me, I'll be in the manager's office. කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි ඇහුවොත්. If anyone should ask for me. How should I know where you put the keys, car keys? You can see these examples in the record and take them down. Anything that you would like to question, Thero? Parnasa, would you like to ask anything regarding the lesson that we have discussed? Any question that I should further make clear? We can discuss a few verses from Dhammapada. Konubaso Kimanando Nichang Pajalite Sati Andakarena Unadda Padipangna Gavesat. Why is there laughter? Why is there joy, although the world is always burning? Shrouded in darkness, why not seek the light? Now we are simply enjoying. The world is burning, there are a lot of issues, but without being ignorant, without caring, we just run after worldly pleasure. So if we act accordingly, we are in the darkness. So why don't we seek the light? Here light means the wisdom. Darkness is the ignorance, delusion, ignorance. So if we are in the darkness, it means we are ignorant. We are in the delusion or illusion. So why don't we head towards wisdom? Parijinna midang rupang roga abangura bijjati puti sandeso maranantanhi jivita. This body is worn out with age. We all are getting old. The body is decaying. The body is the seat of weakness, sicknesses. This body is a seat for illnesses. It is subject to decay. This putrid body disintegrates. Life indeed ends in death. Panim hite vano nasa hareya panina visang nabbanang visang anveti natti papang apubhate. If that now I have extracted few translations of the same verse of Dhammapada. If there is no wound on the hand, one may handle poison. Poison does not affect one who has no wound. There can be no evil for one who has no evil intention. If you have no intention of doing wrong, thereby you don't get unwholesome consequences, evil consequences. The another translation I found, a hand that has no wounds can carry poison. Poison does not enter without a wound. There are no evil consequences for one who does no evil. You do something unintentionally, you don't bear the evil consequences. If there is no wound, no one's hand, if there is no wound on one's hand, one may carry poison safely, as poison does not harm one without a wound. Likewise, there can be no evil for one who has no evil intention. Now, intention is karma pathak wenna intention ekath ekka. So, then if I translated this, I would say, if the skin of my hand is not damaged, right? Even though I touch poisonous or venomous things, I may not get infected simply by touching those poison or poisonous things, venomous or whatever. I get infected only if my hand is damaged, the skin is damaged. Otherwise, I can carry even poison on my palm. I never get infected. That's how I explained it. Likewise, even though something happened unintentionally, I'm not responsible for evil consequences to bear.